Ready?
Same swap!
Yeah.
Screaming.
I'm done.
Grand. Thanks, guys. Before I go any further with this video, coffee. Look at it. Look, my nose malassezia is almost gone. Lifesaver. Also a lifesaver if you are having really sensitive skin issues. I've been having a little bit of a dermatitis, fungal acne situation around my nose, but I've been using this in the shower twice a week as a face wash, along with those products for like super sensitive skin, and just laying off all my makeup pretty much, and we're nearly there. The future is bright again. Basic bish fit check. Ready this time. I've cleaned myself up. And yeah, this video, I guess it's just kind of a bit of a catch up. A lot of you have been asking for an Ireland vlog, and as much as I had plans to and as much as I wanted to, really been enjoying a proper true digital detox. Actually been home for 3 full months now, going into my 4th. So all of the videos you've been seeing were pre-filmed. I was working my butt off, just making sure that there was some amount of consistency, which I know has been annoying for some people, because if you follow me on Instagram, you'd be up to date with more of what I've been doing in Ireland. And some people find that confusing, like, why is she posting New York videos when she's in Ireland? But to me, like, a video is a video, you know? There shouldn't really be a date or a time on it if it's entertainment, it's entertainment. For the most part, you guys have been fairly understanding of that, and it kind of gave me something to do without actually having to be on camera, which is nice. So for those begging for Irish vlogs, I'm sorry that they haven't been like a full-on vlog, but hopefully that this will give you a little taster of what I've been enjoying and experiencing, and little beautiful moments that I wanted to share with you guys. But I really felt the need today to do like a proper catch up about what's been going on. Am I going back to New York, like my personal life, and what's been going on with me, like all of this stuff. Basically, I asked you guys what you want to know the most, and I'm kind of getting around to those questions and be one-on-one with you guys on YouTube as well, because I know not all of you follow me on Instagram. To be honest, you probably should, because you're missing out on a lot. You could say the caffeine is hitting today. Cheers. This one's for you. Screenshotted all of your questions, and I'm ready to just like sit down and dive into what has actually been happening in my life. I've been keeping things like fairly under wraps, I would say. Not that you should even care about any of this, but I have made a YouTube channel about my life, so here we are. Are you enjoying your time back home despite the pandemic? Yes, I am. Despite everything, I followed my heart in coming home. Unless you're new or have been living under a rock, you'll know from my last couple of months of vlogs that I'm traveling back home, obviously to spend time with my family, but my main thing was to come back and renew my visa or get a new visa. Same one I was on before, it lasts a certain amount of time, and I was back to get a new one, and also some other personal things. I just felt like the right move to come home. So I did. I don't necessarily regret that decision, but it doesn't mean that it hasn't been hard. There's a lot of questions like, have you moved home for good? When are you coming back to NYC? And here is the tea on that. I've done a lot of check-ins in my past vlogs while I was still in New York about how hard it's been to renew my visa and get a new visa during a pandemic, basically, and it's now like a year later, and I have been approved for the visa, which I am so excited to tell you guys about. I don't think I've said it on YouTube yet because I had so many other videos to go up, but I did get approved for my visa. I found out about a month after getting back to Ireland, and it was super stressful because I left not really knowing. Like, I'm so close to the end, but it seems so far away and so difficult still at the moment. Oh, like I don't even know where to start with it. It's so bizarre, it's so mad, it's so ridiculous that a year after the pandemic there's still like such uncertainty, and so many people are trying to get back to their lives in New York. I've been approved for the visa, however, I still need to go in person to an embassy. Someone needs to check me up and down. Someone needs to give me a physical stamp piece of paper in my passport that I then go to the airport with, and at immigration present them with it to basically let me back in the country, to say, I have a right to be here, I work here. What I didn't preempt was that the wait times currently to get one of these appointments, to get a stamp in the visa, is August. And that's best case scenario. And also with the change of an administration, I'm sure that's adding even more delays. I joined a lawsuit which gave me a court order to get an appointment sooner, but it's still really hard to get an appointment because lots of consulates are closed. It's gonna be a pain in the butt no matter what, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. My future has just been dangling in the balance there for like a year, and it's exceptionally frustrating, and I think about it every single day, and it's anxiety inducing and horrible, and so many people are going through it right now, and I really can't convey like how emotionally draining the whole thing is. Have your NYC plans changed now that you're dating someone? About that. Surprise! Yes, I am dating someone here in Ireland, and no, it's not like a recent thing that happened like while I was here. It was something that I preempted that would happen before I came. It was a friendship that blossomed all the way from last summer to now, and it just became very evident very quickly that it was something really, really special. After coming out of a really long-term relationship, I was not looking for love, I was not intending on dating, I was not on apps, nothing like that. I was content and happy with being alone. I'd done so much work on myself even prior to my breakup, and I was just great on my own, and I was working on myself spiritually and emotionally and all sorts of things, and not even thinking about anything remotely. I knew that love would come to me again one day, that if I just kept working on myself, that it would be inevitable, and I'm quite optimistic about love like that. I think you can experience, many types of love if you're lucky in a lifetime. This was just something that kind of unfolded for the both of us really naturally, in a really beautiful, it just made sense. Everything about it makes sense. He's from my friendship group back in Ireland. He's the best friend of my oldest best friend, like someone I've been friends with since I was 4 years old. Like we'd been acquaintances but never really struck up a friendship until the pandemic, basically. Obviously I had my concerns about staying single and having time to myself, but I still felt like I had that being physically away, and it just, honestly, it felt like a gift. It felt like everything I had been through just made space for this really beautiful thing to come into my life, and I couldn't have predicted it. There just hasn't been a day we haven't spoken. Catalyst for it all kind of began online, like when I was hanging out with my friends on Zoom every weekend. Oh, would you look, the sun has come out while I'm talking about him. No, my NYC plans have not changed. Like I fully intend on going back. It just made coming home, I guess, a little bit more exciting to kind of like pursue it in person and see how we got on. To answer your question, no, it doesn't change my plans. It just makes me excited for the future, but we both have a little living to do in between, and honestly we both just feel like this incredible sense of calm around it. We both know that it's something ridiculously special, and we're just excited to kind of see where it goes, and neither of us are tied down to where we are now, so we just need to like let time tell what's going on. But I'm really optimistic, and no, he will not be in the vlogs anytime soon. Might catch him in the background here and there. I've always kept my personal life in regards to relationships like for me, and not exploited it on social media. Like it's been an aspect, but it's never been a focus on my channel, and I like that there's actually still some of you out there that understand that what I share with you is because I want to share with you, and it's not like an entitlement. So I appreciate the lack of entitlement, but all that I think you need to know is that he makes me extremely happy, and he feels like my twin. Okay, the sun is getting a little intense and I'm starving. I want to make a big hearty lunch because I didn't really have much of a breakfast today. I'm famished after spilling all that personal tea. I don't know, I just don't really like keeping secrets, and I felt like I kept it to myself long enough, and I feel like I'm in a safe point and period that I can kind of confidently talk about it, and who knows what the future holds. Gotta get the cardigan out. It's getting a little chilly now the sun is setting. Making the most of the light before it's completely gone. All that stuff we were talking about was kind of serious, so let's up the arc a little bit. You know, we need some up and down movement in this video, so let's go for something light. Favorite non-makeup related products you've been enjoying? Hell yes, I've gathered up a few because I've not been wearing much makeup. Maybe once a week I try and make the effort, kind of like to do a little bit of a date night once a week, like on a Saturday or whatever. It is actually almost the weekend, so yeah, mainly it's been about skincare, looking after how I'm feeling from the inside out type of thing. Also the perfect opportunity to kind of slip in today's sponsors. As some of you may know by now, I am a Spotlight Oral Care ambassador, and I've been really enjoying being one the past couple of months. I started using their products back in December. Obviously been using my toothbrush every single day, as one does, so I have a lot of feedback on that. I've actually recently changed to the gunmetal grey sonic toothbrush, but I used to have the white one. I did not donate this. It's actually his because it's a pretty popular brand in Ireland already. It sounds very cheesy, but these are hands down the best electric toothbrushes I've ever used. Before switching to this one, I charged my white one for the first time in 2.5 months. Like the battery lasted 2.5 months. What the hell? That's insane. That was always my gripe with the electric toothbrushes. So yeah, safe to say this is the best one I've ever used. I love these. They have 3 different settings: sensitive, white and clean. My Spotlight Oral Care whitening toothpaste is still going. There's still loads left. It's vegan. Unlike a lot of toothpaste, it's also ocean safe and fully 100% recyclable. Good job at just keeping my teeth like bright and maintaining the whiteness. However, I am going to start using their very, very famous at this point whitening strips. These are great. They're meant for people with sensitive teeth. Anyone watching that might be interested in changing up their oral care routine throughout that shoddy old toothbrush. I have a link below, but I also have a 30% off discount, which is pretty big. It's Termers. The code will be valid for the US, Canada, UK, Ireland. Honestly, after a week of using that toothbrush, you will just not look back ever. Thankfully, you guys have given me nothing but good feedback from anyone that's tried them so far, so I hope you check it out. Pajama fit check. I've got my pear and honey tea ready to get settled in for a few more questions. Feels a bit contradictory seeing as I have a full face of makeup on, but anyway. Say nothing. Do you get tired / overwhelmed when sharing your life online? I feel like because it's my job, on occasion I do, but luckily for me, sharing is something that I love, something that comes very natural to me. It's something that I love to do when I'm on my own. I feel like when I live on my own, when I'm by myself, is when I feel most creative, most chatty, because you guys have always been like an extension of my escapism. So it's not often, but as with anything, especially as something as intense as sharing your life online, you do need to take breaks. And I feel like the grind has been so hard in New York. Not even just in New York, like I've been non-stop vlogging pretty much since I was like 19, 20, since I went to university. So I'm 28 now. A lot of this job requires, like I like to bring good energy, and good energy costs me, you know, like sharing that energy with you is obviously something I love to do. I feel like it's my purpose, but it can also drain you, and you know, like sometimes negativity as well like feeds into that. I do feel like I protect myself though, and like I know earlier I spoke about not sharing too much of my personal life and my friendships, and to you guys it may seem I share a lot, but it's really only a small portion of my life and those friendships and relationships, like a fraction. And what I show you, I choose to show you. So there's this whole other side that's private and just for me. So I feel like that in itself is kind of a way for me to protect what's important to me, and not get too tired or jaded or caught up in what other people think. But I would say I have like a 98.5% amazing community that let me know all the time how much they appreciate me and what I bring to their life if they're having a bad week or a bad day, and that is 100% something that keeps me enthusiastic about what I do. Do you have any advice for a woman who feels lonely in her relationship? My heart goes out to this girl because I feel like I've experienced all types of loneliness. Like, to be honest, I know very few people who have spent not just alone time, like there's spending time alone, like me being isolated in my loft, and there's actually feeling like you're alone in a relationship, and they're two very different things. Like there's an emotional aspect and a physical aspect. Like the key is always communication, and sometimes that communication works. Like sometimes you express what you need and what you want to feel a bit more fulfilled in your relationship, and the person can either take that on board or it's just not going to be compatible. But it is an awful feeling and I resonate with it. You think if it's an ongoing thing, you really need to evaluate if that's something you can get back in your relationships, because it's a really hard thing to it's not an impossible thing to fix, but it's a really, you know, it's hard to change people. It's hard to change something like that. Communicating and at least giving the person a chance to try is obviously really important. I had a lot of ones like dating after a long-term relationship, breakup tips. Do you fear never finding love again? I do. How to adjust to a breakup long-term in lockdown. I have too much time to think, going crazy. Lots of breakups happening in the pandemic, and I did another vlog that had a lot of advice on this as well. Again, anyone that's been really paying attention to my videos like closely has probably known that I've been single for like a while, but even though I didn't like officially announce it, I just felt like the people that needed to know would pick up on those vibes, you know what I mean? Evident that it's obviously something that I went through, and I mean, I don't think a pandemic breakup is ever going to be easy, never mind a transatlantic breakup, but I just feel like it always comes back to self, like learning how to love yourself, falling back in love with yourself, and that's something I started to do even before, like long before I actually went through the breakup, and it really helped in the healing process and focusing on making myself whole and understanding myself and my needs as an adult. Honestly, just trying to glow up from the inside out, like emotionally, spiritually, everything like that, putting all of my focus back into myself. And I know it's really cliche, but it's the only thing you kind of have control of, and the racing thoughts and everything like that can get the better of you, but you just need to find that anchor that pulls you away from those thoughts and gives you something to focus on. I don't mean anything superficial, like, I don't know, like losing a load of weight or making your ex feel jealous or any of that stuff, but really focusing on like a true 360 glow up, so that, you know, you can get in the headspace to love yourself and hopefully attract more good opportunities and hopefully more love into your life. Would you ever move back to Ireland? Obviously this trip home has really made me appreciate Ireland more, and maybe if I have a family, I'd consider it, but I would never, I don't see myself moving back to Ireland in a rental situation. I would love to invest here. That's one of my newest goals, is to, like, I would love to have a home here to some degree, or some property, but I wouldn't just move home here to rent unless I was really forced to. Thoughts on getting older / what is your ideal life? 29 later on this year in October. And honestly, I feel really excited right now. I'm really happy. I'm having lots of fun. I feel like I'm catching up on a lot of living that I feel like I may have put off when I was in my 20s. I don't know. I feel like being in a relationship since I was like so young. Like I was literally still a child. Like I wasn't even an adult yet. I was like 17. And I would say, you know, turned into a bit of an old married couple really early on. And I had this like period in my 20s where, you know, I probably could have had a bit more fun and done a bit more things and been a bit more social. And I feel like I'm doing a lot of that catching up now. So honestly, I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to feel the way I do at this age and come out of the like insecure early 20s, like I'm over that like mid-20s hump. As for my ideal life, I would say it's the one where I'm happy. I don't have any expectations anymore about what my life is supposed to look like. I obviously have goals, but I'm gonna try and just surrender and go with the flow as much as I can and be open to as many opportunities and paths that feel good. And yeah, my main goal is just to be happy no matter what that looks like. I will always in the moment do what makes me the happiest, and I will never go any other way. The beauty of being a bit older is that you're much more in tune with what does make you happy, and just to keep my life as peaceful and balanced as possible. That's the goal for me, guys. That's the ultimate goal. Me and the fire are doing good. I know this video might feel a little scattered, but I don't really like uploading super structured videos. Like, this has been my life, this is how my brain's feeling. It's all a bit of a brain vomit, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've missed my recent loft updates video, I did a vlog, an interiors vlog. I also did a food video, so go check them out, and you can also catch me on Instagram. Yeah, Monday, kill it. I'll see you all soon. Bye!